So we will start check. Okay. Yes. So today we are going to discuss regarding probability. Yeah, it's a very interesting topic as well as it's a confusing topic that can make you guys confused over every question. Okay, but we will be starting from the very basic, and we will be with respect to that we will be going forward with this particular chapter. Now the basic things of probability I'll just tell you so that you will understand it much faster. So probability P of probability of a event A. Okay, probability of an event A is usually described as, or whatever we have studied from the past, it is described as number of favorable event divided by total number of events, or in general we will write it as n of a divided by n of s. Okay, this formula is very important because this is the base for anything. Okay, but if you can study it like, for example, you have three options a, b, c. These are the options for your examination. One question will have three options, right? Yes, in these three options there will be one correct answer and two wrong answer. Okay, now you tell me total how many number of outcomes or events are there. Total outcomes are how many? 1, 2, 3. Any of the three can be the total outcome. That means n of s is equal to 3. Now if you ask me number of correct answers, so out of these three, how many correct answers can be there? There can be only one correct answer, right? That means n of a will be equal to 1. Using this logic and idea, we can write it as probability of getting a correct answer. Okay, in examination is nothing but 1 divided by 3. Okay, that's the logic. Now, go with the help of tossing a coin. Tossing a coin. Now, tossing a coin, the total sample space, whatever outcomes can be there, probable outcomes, when I toss it for one time, either it can be a head or it can be what? Tail. That means either it can be head or tail. Only two possibilities are there. Okay. Now, that means n of s, total outcome is equal to how many? 2. Okay. Now, the question is probability of getting head while tossing the coin. Probability of getting a head while tossing a coin is how much? That means how many heads are there? N of a will be how much? N of a will be equal to 1. So answer will be 1 by 2. Okay, that is probability of getting a head. Similar to throwing a die. Throwing a die means how many possible outcomes are there in throwing a die? 1 can be the possible outcome, 2 can be the possible outcome, 3 can be the possible outcome, 4, 5, or 6 can be the possible outcome. So that is the total possible outcomes while we are tossing or throwing a particular die. Now, the question is n of s will be how much? Total how many outcomes are there? Sheikh, tell me how many outcomes are there in total? There are 6 total outcomes, correct? 6 total outcomes are there in total. Now, my question is probability of getting an even number. Okay, probability of getting an even number. Before that, how many favorable outcomes are there? We need to check. Even numbers, which are even numbers? 2 is an even number, 4 is an even number, 6 is an even number. So n of a will be how many? 3. So using that, p of a is equal to n of a divided by n of s, which is equal to 3 divided by 6, which is equal to how much? 1 divided by 2. Okay, so that's how we can write it. Understood? Sheikh, you got it? Now, total probability. Total. Or I will use the word in total probability, I will use it later. Before that, maximum value of probability of an event is equal to how much? 1. Okay, maximum value of a probability is how much? 1. While minimum value is how much? Can it be negative? Can a probability of an event be negative? It can never be negative. It will be 0. Okay, so always remember p of x value will always be in between 0 and 1. Remember this, important. So what is the probability value? Is always in between 0 and 1. Now, whenever it is 1, that means if you are getting P of X or the probability value is equal to 1, that you should understand it is a sure event. Okay. It is what? It is a sure event. While probability value which is equal to 0 is called as an impossible event. Impossible event. Impossible event means, that means which can never occur. For example, walking and going to moon. Is it possible? It is not possible. It is an impossible event. Probability of a person walking and going to moon, it's not a possible event. So answer will be what? 0. Then sure event. Can you tossing a die and getting a number. Okay, anyway we will get a number. So it will always be what? 1 divided by 1. So it will be what? 1 itself. So it will be how much? It is a sure event. Okay, now if it is in between 0 and 1 but exclusive of both, it is called as the other ranges. If I draw the number line, 0 is here, 1 is here. Now here we are telling this is sure event. This is what? Impossible event. Impossible event. Now in between both, it is called as probable event. Okay, yes. So I hope you got the basics. So maximum value of probability will be how much then? Yes, maximum value is how much? 1. Minimum value is how much? 0. Probability values will always be in between 0 and 1. These are the things you should know. I hope that you understood, Sheikh. Got it? If yes, please tell me. Yes, perfect. Now, the next one. Mutually exclusive events. Okay. Mutually exclusive events are two events that cannot occur at the same time. Okay. They cannot occur at the same time. For example, I'll tell you. Tossing a coin. Okay. Tossing a coin and getting head and tail at the same time. Is it possible to get tail and head at the same time? Either it will be head or it will be what? Tail. So here P of head intersection tail will be equal to how much? 0. Remember this, occurrence of head and tail. Intersection means and. Okay. Intersection means what? And. Whenever the occurrence of two events at the same time is 0, I mean probability is 0, we will say that it is mutually exclusive events. Make a note of it. Yes, very very important, because we will see multiple type of questions. Maybe if I want to ask, I can ask, but multiple types of question can be based on this. Okay, like theory question, what type of event does this and all, they can ask. Okay, so their intersection value, if it is equal to 0, we will say that it is mutually exclusive event. Now, yeah, one example is also given. Rolling a 2 and rolling a 3. And when we are tossing a die, can I get 2 and 3 at the same time? No. Either 2 or 3 or 1 or 4, 5, 6. Likewise only I'll get. I'll not get both of them at the same time. So the intersection value will be equal to what? Will be equal to 0. Now, the first question. Two research analysts asked a mutual fund manager the following questions. Okay. First, analyst A. What is the probability that the fund will have a 0% return this year? Okay. First question is what? What is the probability that the fund will have a 0% return this year? Yes. Then, analyst B is asking, what is the probability that the fund will have a negative return this year? So two questions, two people are asking. So what is the probability that the fund will have a 0% return this year? Then what is the probability that the fund will have a negative return this year? the two events described by the analyst are most likely what type of event? Okay, now there is a word called as exhaustive event. We need to know what is an exhaustive event in order to answer that. Okay, now before completing this question, I'll tell you about what exactly is an exhaustive event. Exhaustive event means events that together cover all possible outcomes. Okay, together cover what? All possible outcomes. The previous example itself I'll take, tossing a coin. Either it can be head or it can be tail. Yeah, correct, right? Now, what is the probability that it is a head or tail? That means head or tail means two outcome. 2 divided by 2 will be what? 1. So, P of A union B should be equal to 1. That such type of events are called as what? Exhaustive events. Make a note of that also. So, look at this question. Look at this example. Tossing a die. Okay, here what we are doing, we are tossing a die, and while tossing a die, the question is odd numbers or even numbers. Now, which are both even and odds? Is there any number like both are even and odd at the same time? No numbers are even and odd at the same time. Either it will be even or it will be odd. That will be the case. Now, which are the even numbers? Even numbers are 2, 4, 6. Which are the odd numbers? 1, 3, 5 are the odd numbers. Now, if I take everything together, it is the entire samples, right? Yes. So, it will be all the 6 numbers will be there in this given total outcome. Similarly, in the given favorable outcome, n of A will be what? 6. N of S will be what? That is also 6. So, P of A will be what? 6 by 6, which is equal to 1. Since I am covering each and every even numbers and odd numbers, I will write it as P of even union. Union means or. Remember this, even or odd numbers, which is equal to how much? 1. So, when is it called as an exhaustive event, people? Whenever the union A union B is equal to what? A union B is equal to 1. It is called as exhaustive events. Then when is it called as a mutually exclusive event? Whenever occurrence of A and B is equal to what? 0. Probability of occurrence of A and B is equal to what? 0. It is called as exclusive, mutually exclusive events. Now the first question, please try to tell me the answer. Let me take the calculator once. Yes, Sheikh, tell me the answer. Yes, Kanishk.
Mutually exclusive and not exhaustive.
Okay. Got it. Correct. Right answer. Now, mutually exclusive and exhaustive, we will need to check whether it is exhaustive or not. Okay. First, two research analysts asked a mutual fund manager the following question. What is the probability that the fund will have a 0% return? 0% return means what? That means there will not be any return from the given fund. Then, what is the another analyst asked, what is the probability that the fund will have a negative return? Okay. So, two cases are there. Now, if you ask me 0% return and negative return, both are what? Both are what? Both are, their intersection will be what? 0. Cannot happen at the same time. So, it is mutually exclusive. So, both A or B can be the answer. Option C is wrong because they are telling neither mutually exclusive nor exhaustive. Now, we need to check whether it is exhaustive. Exhaustive means their union should be equal to how much? 1. You tell me. P of first one, A is what? A union B. That means there is a 0% return. Either it can be 0% return or it can be a negative return. Now, there can also be another possibility, right? What is it? The another possibility is there can be a positive return. That means they will get something out of the fund. Is that included in this question? No. That means A of A union B is not equal to 1. So it is not exhaustive. Yes, Sheikh understood this. Why is it not exhaustive? You got it? Since it does not cover data containing returns greater than 0%, we can say that it is not exhaustive. Okay, yes. With this, I'll take you to the next one. Try to solve this question. Try to solve. I'll give you the timer. The timer starts now. An analyst designates the following event as possible return outcomes for a portfolio's value at the end of 1 year, estimating their probabilities as follows. Okay, first event, it is called as V. Okay, X value is in between minus 16 and minus 12. Probability is how much? So P of V is equal to how much? 0.17. Then second one is P of W, which is equal to how much? 0.21. Then P of X is equal to how much? 0.34. P of Y is equal to how much? 0.14. Then P of Z is equal to how much? 0.12. Okay. Now, when will a probability or when will a probability function will become exhaustive? Exhaustive means P of A union B union or whatever, how much ever union is there, it should be equal to how much? P of A union B union etc 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 union etc etc is equal to how much? 1. Previously we only considered 2 events. In this case, how many events are there? 1 2 3 4 5 events are there. Now it is least appropriate to conclude the events are dash is the question. Now if you ask me here, total probability is equal to how much? You tell me. When I add all the probabilities, 0.17 plus 0.21 plus 0.34 plus 0.14 plus 0.12 is equal to how much? Total probability is equal to P total is equal to what? 0.98, which is not equal to how much? 1. So we can't say that they are what? They are concludes it is not an exhaustive events. We can't say that they are exhaustive event because of the reason that it is not equal to 1. Got it? Yes. Now we are slowly coming to the concept using the question. Now I will explain this concept. Okay, everyone, if this is done, did you understand, Sheikh? If this part is done, I can explain you the entire concept using some more examples. Okay. Now look here. People, what is the case when it is a mutually exclusive event? A intersection B will be equal to what? In mutually exclusive, intersection value will be equal to 0. Now, when it is mutually mutually exhaustive, what type of value will be that? P of A union B will be equal to 1. Okay. Now there is a theorem of total probability. P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. So that means if I just draw one Venn diagram over here. Okay. This is the whatever is mentioned in green color is A. Then whatever is mentioned in violet color is B. Okay. Now, in this entire area or in this entire green circle, that is the probability of occurrence of A. In this entire violet circle, that is the probability of occurrence of what? Occurrence of B. Now, if you ask me the total probability, here the total probability is how much? P of A plus P of B. That is the basic thing. If I add this green circle plus this violet circle, I'll get the total probability. Now, the problem is, when I add the green circle and the violet circle together, what will happen is the area in between this, right? It will get added 2 times. It is getting added what? 2 times. So this particular area is called by another name, that is called as A intersection B. Okay, A intersection, whichever value they are getting intersected. Now, if you ask me, the total probability of A union B is nothing but P of A. I am adding the first circle plus I am adding the second circle minus. People, I added this circles 2 times so that this A intersection value get added 2 times. I don't want to get it added 2 times. I need to reduce that 1 extra. So I'll reduce it with minus P of A intersection B. Are you understanding this? Got it? Understood? Shake, you got it? How it became P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. What is the reason behind reducing one of the value? What is the reason behind that? We are reducing it because of the reason that it is getting added 2 times. So whenever I find the total probability, I can use this method. Now I'll take it over here. Look here. If it is a mutually exclusive and exhaustive event, okay, at the same time, this A union B will become what? 1. Then P of A will be P of A plus P of B will be P of B minus intersection value will be what? 0. So I can say that P of A plus P of B will be equal to how much? 1 when it is mutually exhaustive and exclusive. So this is the type of question we will deal with. Okay, yes. So that's what is used over here. Here instead of 2 events, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 events are there. Okay, 5 events are there. So we added all the probabilities together and we checked whether it is equal to 1. If it was equal to 1, answer would have been, it would have been exhaustive itself. Here it is not equal to 1. It is how much? 0.98, which is not equal to 1. So we will say that we can't conclude, or it is least appropriate to conclude that the events are what? Exhaustive. Okay, yes. I hope everyone understood this. If that is the case, I can go further ahead. Yes, Sheikh, can I go further ahead? Yes. Something we discussed prior. Anyway, I'll discuss again some of the basic properties of probability. So what is the first one? Maximum value of probability is how much? Which is equal to 1. When it is equal to 1, we will say that it is what? It is a sure event. So the probability of a sure event is equal to how much? 1. Then probability of an impossible event is equal to what? 0. Okay. Now, yes, if the events are mutually exclusive and exhaustive, as I told you, the total probability, if we add each probability together, we will get how much? Which will be equal to how much now? Which will be equal to 1. Okay. Now, so randomly I am asking you a question. Okay. Random question. Probability of A intersection B is equal to 0.15. Probability of A is equal to 0.65. Probability of B is equal to 0.35. Find P of A union B. Try to get me the answer. Please try. With whatever I have told you. Using the total probability theorem, P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Using that, you can get me the answer. There were multiple questions based on this in the previous year. Yeah. Yes. Which formula we will use? Yes, total theorem is how much? P of addition property A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. So P of A is equal to how much? 0.65 plus P of B is equal to how much? 0.35 minus P of A intersection B is equal to how much? 0.15, which is equal to how much? You tell me. Which is equal to this is how much? We will reduce this. How much is the answer? The 0.9, no? 0.85. Yes, correct. Got it? Yes. Now I'll come back here. Before that, I wanted to tell you about something over here. Now, this is called as the addition rule. Okay, P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B is our addition rule. Now, people, whenever you see this union sign, right, that means they are asking either A or B. Or it can be like, the question is like, at least A or B. Okay, the question is like what? Whenever they ask, okay, what is the probability of occurrence of either event A or event B, you will find what? P of A union B. Okay, now what if the question is like, what is the probability of occurrence of at least event A? At least event A also, we will use this particular formula. Okay, now this intersection I already told, but again, this intersection means what? Whenever they are telling occurrence of A and B. Okay, whenever they are asking for the question, what is the probability of occurrence of A and B? What is the value of occurrence of A and B? We will find P of A intersection B. What if the question is like this? Probability of occurrence of head and tail at the same time. 0. When I toss a coin for one time, what is the probability of occurrence of head and tail at the one time? It is equal to what? It is equal to 0. Okay. Now, what if the question is like this? P of only A. They will be asking, what is the probability of occurrence of only event A, not B? Then, easiest way to do that is, we know this formula anyway. We studied this using the Venn diagram and all. We studied this formula anyway. Now, what you will do is, you will ignore B. Or I will say that whenever they are asking for only A, we will write the terms containing A. What all terms contain A? First one containing P of A minus P of A intersection B. So that is the value of P of only A. Now, what is the value of P of only B? Which is very easy. We will only write the terms containing B. That is equal to P of B minus P of A intersection B. Make a note of it. Okay, sometimes they can ask a question. What is the probability of occurrence of event A only? What is the probability of occurrence of event B only? That can happen. Okay, make a note of it. Now, the first question. A and B are two events with the following probabilities. P of B is equal to 0.23. P of A intersection B is equal to 0.17. P of A union B is equal to 0.46. Then what is the probability of A occurring is closest to what is the question? Probability of A occurring is closest to dash. Okay, get me the answer. So A union B is given, B of B is given, P of A intersection B is given. We need to find the value of P of A. Okay. Now, what is the formula we are going to use? P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Now, P of A union B is how much? 0.46. P of A is how much? We need to find it. Plus P of B is how much? 0.23 minus P of A intersection B is how much? 0.46. Please get me the value of P of A by just rearranging. Okay. Take your calculator and you can do it. So you can take, I'll write the step for you. So P of A is how much? This 0.46 is there. 0.46. This will come to this side. Minus 0.26. Then minus and will come to this side as plus. Plus 0.46. Get the answer. How much is it? Point. The intersection of intersection B is how much? 0.17. 0.17. Get the answer. 0.46 minus 0.23 plus 0.17, which is equal to minus. This is plus 0. How much is the answer? 0.4. Got it. Sheikh, you got the answer. P of A is equal to 0.4. Option C is the answer. What if here the question was P of only B? What if here the question was P of only B? We will write it only P of B minus P of A intersection B. P of B is how much? 0.23 minus P of A intersection B is how much? 0.17. So answer is how much? 0.06. Okay, understood? Yes. Next question. Please solve it for me. I'll give you 1 minute. Very easy question. Direct question. Probability of A or B. Whenever they ask A or B, I told you what is the method? Find P of A union B. Okay, get me the answer. Got the answer? Yes. So, how to do this? The question is A and B are two events with the following probability. P of A is equal to 0.48, P of B is equal to 0.25. Then probability of A and B. The A and B means intersection. Probability of A intersection B is equal to 0.06. We need to find the probability of A or B. A or B means you need to find the union. P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B, which is equal to 0.48 plus 0.25 minus 0.06. How much is the answer? 0.67. Yes, direct question, direct answer. Now, what if the question was to find only A in this case? P of only A. Only A is equal to P of A minus P of A intersection B, which is equal to 0.48 minus 0.06, which is equal to 0.42. Yes. Now I'll go back. Yeah. Anyway, when the events are mutually exclusive, I can write it as P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B. What if it is mutually exclusive and exhaustive at the same time? I can write it as 1 is equal to P of A plus P of B. Okay. Yes. Next one, it is called as conditional and unconditional probability. So in unconditional probability, what happens is probability of an event by itself. What do you mean by probability of an event by itself? That means an event without any restriction. We can call it like an event whichever is having no restriction. Randomly any experiment can be called as what? The unconditional, without any, whichever is happening without any restriction. Make a note, without restriction. Restrictions or condition, that is mean by unconditional. It is also called as marginal probability. These wordings are not important for us. Okay, then conditional probability, what do you think? With the name itself we can say that conditional probability means what? It will have a condition, its occurrence depend on another event. All those things will come under what? Conditional probability. Have a look at this. Probability of A given that B has occurred. Okay, what is the meaning of this? Probability of A given that B has occurred means what is the probability of A happening when B has already happened. Okay, it is written by this P of A by B. It is read as probability of A given B. That is something you should understand. That means probability of A happening if B already occurred. That is the meaning. Now, for example, what is the probability of me passing the exam if I had already studied? Basically like that, probability of how much I have studied, based on that how much I'll pass, how much chance is there for me passing the exam, like that. Okay, so probability of A given B, or it is read as what? Probability of A given that B has already occurred. Okay, now for P of A given B, there is a formula. P of A given B can be written as P of A intersection B divided by P of B. Okay, make a note of this. Then I'll come back to the next topic. P of A given B, or P of A by B, is written as what? P of A intersection B divided by P of B. Why am I writing P of B in the denominator? Because P of B has already occurred. Okay, it has already happened. Probability of B occurring is already, or the event B has already happened. Then what is this? P of M given N. How will you write it? P of M given N. You will write it as P of M intersection N divided by P of N. Okay, then how will you write this? P of B by A, or B given A, can be written as P of A intersection B divided by P of A, because A had already happened here. Now one more thing, people. P of A intersection B, A intersection B is equal to P of B intersection A. Remember that. Okay, similarly P of A union B is equal to P of B union A. Both are same. Okay, yes, make a note of this. If this is done, I can tell you about this particular formula. So there is something called as our multiplication rule in joint probability. Now first of all, we need to know what is a joint probability. Probability or that both A and B occur together is called as joint probability, or I will use the word, it is the intersection. Okay, whenever we already discussed this. Okay, joint probability means what? Whenever A and B are occurring together, that is called as joint probability, or A intersection B, or A and B. Okay, now how will you represent it? We already studied, that is what? P of A intersection B. That's how you write it. Now coming to conditional probability, we can say that this P of A given B can be written as what? P of A intersection B divided by P of B. So from that I can find the value of P of A intersection B is equal to cross multiplying both. So cross multiply this, then it will become P of A given B multiplied with P of B. Any of the formula you study will be more than enough to solve the question. Okay. Yes. Make a note. Once done, you can ask me some question. Yes. Any doubt, Sheikh? Got it? Yes. Solve this for me. I'll give you 30 seconds. Right? A and B are two events with the following probability. Probability of occurrence of A is equal to how much? 0.31. Then probability of occurrence B is how much? 0.90. Then probability of A given B. A given B means what? Can you repeat that? A given B means probability of occurrence of A given that B has already occurred. That's the basic meaning. Now, P of A given B is also given, that is 0.28. They are asking the joint probability of A and B. That means they are asking for P of A intersection B is how much is the question. Now, we know that P of A intersection B is nothing but, or I will write the general formula how we learn. P of A given B can be written as P of A intersection B divided by P of B, cross multiply. So P of A given B into P of B is equal to P of A intersection B. Now P of A given B is how much? 0.28 into P of B is how much? 0.9, which is equal to our required answer. How much is the answer, people? 0.252. Yes, take your calculator, clear everything, type 0.28 multiplied with 0.9, you'll get it as 0.252, which is equal to P of A intersection B. Option B is your answer. Sheikh, you got the answer? Yes. If that is the case, we will go for the first question in more of our style. Everyone have a look at it, read it, and try to understand what is A given B. You should understand what is P of A. You should understand what is P of B. Everything you should try to understand, and finally you should answer what are they asking also. The timer starts now. Take 1.5 minutes. Try to get me the answer. Okay. Yes. Can I try? Yes. So here, the probability that the price of natural gas will decline below $4 per MMBTU, that is million British thermal units, this year is 30%. So what is given? Probability that the natural gas will go below $4 is how much? 30%. Okay, that is the given probability. So I can write it as what? Let it be event A. Okay, so the probability of the event is what? Event A is price of natural gas going below $4. That is event A. What is the probability of that particular event? 30% means I can write it as 0.3. Then probability of a producer spending production, given that, okay, so let probability of a producer spending production be B. Okay, I'm calling that as that event as B. Producers suspending production. Suspending production as what? I'll call it as B. The event of suspending production, I'll call it as what? B. Given that the natural gas fall below $4, that is nothing but A. So people, P of B given A is equal to how much as per the question? It is 60%, that is 0.6. Now the probability of both natural gases prices dropping below $4 and the producer suspending is closest to how much is the question? That means they are asking for P of A intersection B, probability of both natural gas dropping below $4, that is first event, and means intersection. Now intersection what? The producer suspending the production, that is B. So P of A intersection B is our question. Now people, we have everything in order to get the answer. So we know that P of B given A can be written as what? P of A intersection B divided by P of A. That means from here I'll cross multiply. P of A intersection B is equal to P of B given A multiplied with P of A. That means P of A B given A is how much? 0.6. P of A is how much? 0.3. So our answer is how much? 0.18. I hope you understood this. I hope that you are able to read the question in order to get the answer. Okay, randomly reading it will never give the answer. So this word, right, given that is very important. With that word only we can understand this question in much more clarity. Okay, so given that, change the entire pattern of question. What if that given that is not there? We will treat it like independent event. Likewise we need to treat and go for it. That we will see in some time. Sheikh, you got the answer for this? I hope you got it. Yes, perfect. If yes, have a look at the next question. So always remember the first thing I told you. Probability of a given event is nothing but number of favorable events divided by total number of event. Remember that. With that idea, please try to get me the answer. Okay. Yes. Direct question. Can I try? $50 mutual funds. Okay. are each subjected to two tests. Okay, so 50 mutual funds are there and we are subjecting those two mutual funds to two tests. Okay, sorry, 50 mutual funds to two different tests. The first test, say fund 5-year average return. Okay, in the first test they will test what the 5-year average return they will test, and then the second test 5-year average expense ratio. Okay, these are the two tests. So let's say event A or test A be considered as, sorry, test 1 can be considered as an event A, test B be considered as test 2 be considered as event B. 16 funds pass both the tests. Okay, total how many are there? N of S is how much? N of S is equal to 50. In total 50 mutual funds are there. Now 16 pass both the test means N of A intersection B is how much? Both means what? Both means intersection. N means N of A intersection B will be 16. Now you tell me P of A intersection B is how much? 16 divided by 50. Find it in calculator and store it. So 16, or you can directly do it also. That is also possible. 16 divided by 50. Then click equal to. You are getting it as 0.02. Yes. 1 second. 16 divided by, yes, 0.32. Correct? 0.32. Everyone got it as 0.32. Yes, 0.32. Store it in 1. Okay, click STO button and store it in 1. Sometimes we will require it. Okay, then 31 funds pass the first test. So I was calling the first test as what? The event A. Okay, that means P of A will be how much? 31 divided by 50. We know that the total number is how much? N of S is how much? Or the total sample space is how much? 50. Then A is number of favorable outcome of A is how much? 31. So 31 divided by 50. Take that value. 31 divided by 50. Then click equal to. Then you will do what? Then you will store in 2. Okay. Then P of B is how much? Second test is how much? 20 divided by 50, which is equal to 20 divided by 50, then store 3. Okay, click equal to, store 3. You will get some value for that also. Now the question is, given that a fund passed the first test, so what is given? It is passing the first test, that is given. Probability that it also passed the second test. So we need to find the probability of it passed the second test given that it passed the first test. What is the formula? That is very easy. P of A intersection B divided by P of A. Where is, anyway, we have the answer, that is store instead which were recall 1 divided by recall 2. You will get the answer. How much is the answer you are getting? 0.516, which is equal to 0.516. Understood? Very easy question. Yes, and I'll tell you, most of the time they will ask you the question like this. If they are not asking from Bayes theorem, they will ask a question with respect to this. So that is another important part of this chapter. We will discuss it towards the end of this chapter. Bayes theorem is there. Sheikh, you got the answer for this? Yes, perfect. Next one. Next one is called as independent versus dependent event, and most of the cases we are more concentrating on independent event. Okay, independent event means here the P of A intersection B, right? Okay, this value P of A intersection B value will be the product of P of A and P of B. Okay, make a note of it. In independent events, P of A intersection B will be equal to P of A into P of B. This is the condition for independent event. You can make that way. Condition for independent event. Now, one important thing. Independent events cannot be mutually exclusive, and mutually exclusive events cannot be independent. You can make a note of that also. Independent events cannot be mutually exclusive and vice versa. You can write that word. Vice versa means the ulta also, it's not possible. That's the basic thing. So independent events cannot be mutually exclusive and mutually exclusive events cannot be independent. Okay. Yes. Now, why that is the case, sir? When mutually exclusive is coming into the picture, that means their intersection value will be equal to what? 0. That means 0 is equal to P of A into P of B. That means probability of one of the independent events should be 0. That is not possible. If probability is 0 means then there is no independent event over there. Okay. Now, what will be the value of this? You should tell me. For an independent event, P of A given B will be how much? We know general formula of P of A given B is how much? P of A intersection B divided by P of B. Now, P of A intersection B in independent event is how much? P of A into P of B divided by P of B. So, P of B cancel. So, what will remain? P of A given B will be equal to P of A. Okay? Yes. Similarly, P of B given A will be equal to what? P of B. So that's the basic criteria for what? Independent event. You can remember it using this. So basically, P of A intersection B is equal to P of A into P of B in an independent event. So it is also called as the multiplication rule. Then which was the addition rule? Addition rule was P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Now, for independent event, how will the addition rule look like? Can you tell me? P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B is there. But since it is independent, this can be written as what? P of A into P of B. That's all. Yes. Now, some people will say that studying formula is difficult in probability and all. Do you find it difficult? No, it's very direct. Only few things are there. First, you should know this addition rule. Then, independent event, what is the condition? Their intersection value will be P of A into P of B. Now, one question I want to ask you, like, total probability is how much? 1. I am going to ask you a question. Probability of a person smiling, okay, is equal to, or I'll use this word, plus probability of a person not smiling is equal to how much? 1. Probability of a person smiling and probability of a person not smiling should be equal to how much? 1. No matter what, it should be equal to 1. Now, P of A plus P of not A will be equal to how much? 1. That means probability of A and probability of events which are not A, that also should be equal to how much? 1. So I will use another wording over here. P of A plus P of A complement. So complement means not A. Okay. P of A plus P of not A is equal to how much? 1. So in general, I can say that P of A complement is equal to 1 minus P of A. Okay. Or I can say that P of a person not smiling is equal to 1 minus P of smiling, probability of smiling. That way you can remember it. Okay. Now I am telling probability of what? A stock price going up is 50%, 55%. Probability of a stock price going up or increasing is 55%. Then what will be the probability of the stock price not increasing? 1 minus 55%, that is 45%. Now, probability of oil price increasing is 25%. Then what is the probability of oil price not increasing? 1 minus 25%, which is equal to 75%. Now, probability of Kalyan Jewellers stocks increases is 17%. Then what is the probability of it not getting increased? 1 minus 17%, which is equal to 83%. percentage. So likewise, you can always remember this complement. Sometimes we will use the word, you will write A for C. Sometimes we will use P of A dash. Sometimes we will use P of A bar. But usually for us, it is this symbol itself. Okay, complement. Okay, complement means what? Not A, not that event. Anything other than that event will come under that. Okay, try to solve this for me, people. Get me the answer. The timer starts now. What is the answer? Get me the yes. An analyst has estimated probabilities of two unrelated events. Unrelated means independent. Okay, what is it? Independent events. Which probability rule is most appropriate for calculating joint probability? People, for independent event A intersection B, joint probability means what? Intersection. A intersection B will be equal to what? P of A into P of B. Okay. Now, with this idea, I'll give you some random question. Without using formula, how can we solve questions like this? I'll tell you. Okay, when an independent event is involved, condition-based question, how we will solve. Okay, listen to this. I'll give you a random question. Anyway, two people are there in the class. So based on that, I'll just try to construct one question, random question. Probability of Nithin solving the question is 0.7. Okay, then probability of Kanish solving the question is 0.85 or 81. I'll put. Find the probability that the question will be solved if both try. Okay, so what is the question? So here they are giving us the probability of a question getting solved by Nithin is 0.7. Probability of question getting solved by Kanish is 0.81. What is the probability that the question will be solved if both of them try is the question? Okay, how can we look at this question? Very easily, logically we can solve this question. So if you ask me, probability of Nithin solving the question is how much? P of n is how much? Which is 0.7. Then P of Nithin not solving is how much? 1 minus 0.7, which is equal to how much? 0.3. Then probability of Kanishk solving the question is how much? 0.81. Probability of Kanishk not solving the question is how much? Not solving means complement, we need to take 1 minus 0.81, that is 0.19. Now the question is probability that the question will be solved if both try. Case 1. Case 1, both of us solve. Nithin, I'll use the word N and K solves the question. Or case 2. Case 2, N solves and K doesn't solve. Or case 3. Case 3 can be what? N doesn't and K solves. Okay, these are the given cases. Using these cases, we can easily solve the answer. P of n is n solving is what? P of n. K solve is what? P of k. Then whenever you see this or sign, you should remember you should put a plus sign. Whenever you see an and sign, you should put a multiplication sign. Then P of n into P of k complement plus P of n complement into P of k. Now using this idea, please substitute the values and get me the answer. P of n is how much? 0.7 into P of k is how much? 0.81 plus P of n is how much? That is 0.7 into P of k complement is how much? 0.19 plus P of n complement is how much? 0.3. Then P of k is how much? That is 0.8. Okay, substitute, get me the answer. Try. Sheikh, you understood the logic for this question? So there can be questions like this also for you in the future. Okay, that time you should use this logic. That means one person will solve it, other person doesn't. Likewise, yes. One goes up, other doesn't go up. First goes up, second doesn't go up, both goes up. Likewise. How much is the answer?
Point
0.943. So how will you do it in calculator? Clear everything. Then put the bracket. Then 0.7 into 0.81. Close the bracket plus points. Then put the bracket. Put the bracket. Then 0.7 multiplied with 0.19. Close the bracket plus. Then put the bracket. 0.3 into 0.81. Close the bracket plus. You will get it as 0.943. Yes. Try to solve this. Should always remember the first basic formula. If you remember that formula, it will be easy. Otherwise, it will be like little confusing. Try to solve this. They are given the criteria is independent. Okay. Whenever independent is coming into the picture, where intersection value will be product. Remember that. There are 5 or 4 or 7 events, P of A intersection B intersection C intersection D intersection Q intersection, whatever intersection, etc., etc. The answer will be, if they are independent, it will be P of A into P of B into P of C into P of D into P of etc., etc., etc. multiplying. Okay, using that logic, try to get me the answer. Okay. Got it? Yes. Look here. An investment advisor uses several criteria to screen a list of 200 mutual funds for a client. Okay, list of how many mutual funds? 200 mutual funds in total. So n of s is how much? N of s is 200. In total number of outcomes is taken as what? Total sample space is how much? 200. Now, given data, criterions are given, criterion numbers are given. Then first criteria says environmental sustainability, then large cap fund, multi-sector, low turnover, contained bonds, and fraction of 200 meeting criteria. The probability is also given 0.01, sorry, 0.80, 0.50, 0.40, 0.25, 0.25. Likewise, their corresponding probabilities are also given. So if you ask me, P of 1 is given. For the first case, P of A, I'll call it, is 0.8. Then P of B is how much? 0.5. P of C is how much? 0.4. P of D is how much? 0.25. P of D is again, sorry, P of E is how much? 0.25. Likewise, probabilities are also given. Now the question is, a mutual fund must meet first 4 criteria. So we should only consider which all people? First 4 people only we should consider in order to meet the screening. If the criteria are independent, means, one more thing, it should meet first 4 criteria means P of A intersection, B intersection, C intersection, D. That is the thing. Since they are independent, I can say that the probability will be how much? P of A into P of B into P of C into P of D. Now put the value 0.8 into 0.5 into 0.4 into 0.25. How much is it? Take your calculator. clear off everything and start doing 0.8 into 0.5 into 0.4 into 0.25. Okay, you will get the probability value over there. So how much is the probability value you got over there? Yes, you got it as 0.04. Correct? Yes, that is the probability value you got. Now, are they asking for the dot probability? No, they are asking for the number of funds that passes. The funds that pass the screen is closest to how much is the question. Now, we know that probability value P of A intersection B intersection C intersection D is nothing but N of A intersection B intersection C intersection D divided by N of S. So I'll substitute the values. P of A intersection B intersection C is how much? 0.04, which is equal to, we need to find the number of test, which is N of A intersection B intersection C intersection D divided by N of S is how much? In total 200 are there. Cross multiply. So N is equal to how much da? So 200 into 0.04, which is equal to how much? 8. Understood? Got it? Sheikh, you got it? Please tell me if you got it. Yes. Can I take you to the next question? After 2 more questions, we will take a break. Okay. Or after this question, we will take a break because the next question is from another topic. Okay, fine. Try to solve this. The timer starts now. At least one of the two event occur. Okay, that means we can go case by case, like we solve the question. I mean, Kanishk solving the question and Nithin solving the question. Likewise, we can take it. At least one of the two event. That means first event can happen, second event doesn't happen. Then second event can happen, first event doesn't happen. Then since at least is the word, both the events can also happen. So using that logic, try to solve me the answer. It's very easy. One of the good questions. Okay, I'll try. An analyst determines the probability of two events as follows. Okay, event A, prices of oil increases. That means P of A is equal to how much? P of A is equal to, yes, P of A is equal to 0.33. Then P of not A, that means price of the oil doesn't increase, is how much? P of A complement is equal to 1 minus 0.33, which is equal to 0.67. Okay, that also we got. Then P of B, what is that event? S&P 500 index increases. Okay, that means the increase is happening, which is 0.49. Then they are not increasing, will be what? P of B complement, which will be 1 minus 0.49, which is 0.51. Now the question is, assuming the events are independent, they are independent, very good, but not mutually exclusive. Yes, that is the basic condition. Probability that at least one of the two event will occur is how much? At least one of the two events should occur. That means first condition, at least one of the two means case 1. Okay, A and B occur. That is case 1. Since it is at least one, means one or more events can happen. Okay, then or case 2, A occur and B not. Or case 3. Case 3 can be what? A not occur and B occur. Now, A and B occur means P of A into P of B. Or means plus. A occur means P of A. P not occur means P of B complement. Plus P of A not occur means P of A complement into P of B. Substitute the values, get the answer. P of A is how much? 0.33 into P of B is how much? 0.49 plus P of A is how much? 0.33 into B complement 0.51 plus A complement 0.67. Then P of B is how much? 0.49. Use calculator, get me the answer. How much is the answer? Correct answer. Yes. So 0.66 is your answer. So how will you solve it in calculator? In calculator, you will first put a bracket 0.33, then multiply sign, then 0.49, then close the bracket. Then plus, or I'll just put the bracket here. Yes. Just put brackets and add. Okay, what will happen if we forget to put bracket? The entire thing will get added. So our rules will go for a toss and you will get a different answer. Always remember, when you are multiplying and adding, always put the brackets. Okay. Yes, I hope you guys understood this. So this is the first half of this particular chapter. Now we will have our next half. We're having total probabilities. Then we will talk about Bayes theorem. These are the two things in the next half. Okay. Yes, everyone, you can come back by 11:15. Okay. Had breakfast? Okay. Have food and okay. Everyone come back by 11:15 a.m. Shake. Okay. So if any doubt is there, you can ask. Done? Yes. What? Here, yesterday, I have 2 calculations today with actually require calculator. That time I'll share the calculator with you. You try it and I'll solve it. Okay. Yes. Sheikh, you are there. We can start. Perfect. So, next one is called as dependent event. It is actually the opposite of independent event, if you ask me. So, in the independent event, what was happening? P of A intersection B is equal to P of A into P of B. So, when I substitute, so that I'll get P of A given B is equal to P of A intersection B. Instead of that, I'll put P of A into P of B divided by P of what? P of B. Then cancel, which will become P of A given B is equal to P of A. That was the given condition in our independent event. Now, in dependent event, that will not be equal to what? It will not be equal to P of A. Okay, make a note of it. In dependent event, P of A given B will not be equal to P of A. Now, the first question. Try to solve this one. 12th question. The timer starts now. Try. An analyst identifies 2 events and estimates the probabilities as follows. Probability of X is equal to 0.51. Probability of Y is equal to 0.36. Probability of X given by that of X given Y. That means P of X given Y is equal to 0.7222. Then events X and Y are most likely what type of event? Very easy. It is very easy for us to say that they are. If P of X given Y is not equal to what? P of X, then they are dependent event. Okay, dependent events. Now P of X given Y is how much here? 0.722. Then P of X is equal to how much? P of X is equal to 0.51. So here P of X given Y is not equal to what? P of X. So they are what? Option A, dependent event. I hope that you got it. Understood? Yes. Direct answer. Sometimes you are lucky, you will get a question like this. But you should remember all these things. Then only you will be able to understand. Now, we are going for the total probability rule itself. Previously, I told you how P of A union B can be called as total probability. But people, that is actually just the addition of all the given thing. That at the end of the day, when it is mutually exclusive and exhaustive, it will be equal to 1. Total probability will be equal to how much? Will be equal to 1. But we should study it in more advanced manner over here to calculate unconditional probability from conditional probabilities. Okay, so we are calculating unconditional from conditional. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by conditional? There will be some condition. Then unconditional means what? There is no condition. Now people, look here, two scenarios are there. If S and S complement are mutually exclusive and exhaustive, okay, they are mutually exclusive and exhaustive, then P of A can be written as what? P of A given S into P of S plus P of A given S complement into P of S complement. You can make a note of this formula, but we will not be using the formula to solve the question. Okay, if required, make a note of it. I'll teach you how to solve the question with some examples itself. Okay, yes, have a look at it. Make a note of it. If required, you can use it. In general, you can write it like this. P of A is equal to sigma P of A given Si into P of Si. Okay, yes. I'll take you to the first question. We'll be solving these type of question logically more than using the formula. Have a look at the first question and try to get me the answer. Okay, the timer starts now. First you try, then I will try. So an analyst studies event that may happen to a company in their first year of operation. Okay, an analyst is studying that. A major cyber attack on a small scale. That means S1. So event of a cyber attack which is small is how much? The S1. We are calling it as S1. Then it is a medium scale, it is S2. Then large scale, it is S3. Sorry, not in scale, based on companies. Like, then, and bankruptcy is denoted by a letter called as T. So that means probability of bankruptcy or probability of T can also be there. Then probability of cyber attack, that on a small company is S1. Probability of cyber attack on this medium company, we are denoting with P of S2. Then large company, we are denoting with P of S3. These are the three things which is given in the question. Then adding to that, the analyst estimated the following probabilities. So these are the given probabilities. P of T intersection S1. That means probability of T intersection S1. Can you tell me what exactly is that? Probability of bankruptcy happening when a cyber attack happens on a small company, which is how much the T intersection X1 S1, which is equal to 0.340. That is the first one. Then second one, joint probability of T intersection S2. That means bankruptcy happen when cyber attack happens on a medium company is what? 0.390. Then probability of total bankruptcy or bankruptcy itself is given as 0.908. Then probability of T given S3. What do you mean by T given S3? That means the company will go bankrupt if cyber attack happens on the large scale company. That is given to be 0.890. So these are the given values in our question. Now based on this, the final thing, if there is no probability of bankruptcy without cyber attack, what do you mean by that? No probability of bankruptcy without cyber attack. That means bankruptcy will happen only if cyber attack is there. Okay, are you getting the idea? So bankruptcy will happen only if cyber attack is there. Now then the probability that a large company experiences a cyber attack in its first year of operation is closest to how much is the question. Now we will find probability of bankruptcy. T is denoted for what? Bankruptcy. Probability of bankruptcy only happens when in the first case T intersection S1 for a small scale company. Okay, plus T intersection S2 for a medium scale company, plus P of T intersection S3 for a large scale company. Now we already have the P of T value, which is equal to how much? 0.908. Then intersection S1 is how much? 0.340 plus T in the intersection S2 is how much? 0.390 plus T intersection S3. Can I write it as P of T given S3 multiplied with P of S3? Because we studied this long back in conditional probability. Do you remember? P of A given B can be written as P of A intersection B divided by P of B. Similar to that, P of T intersection S3 can be written as P of T given S3 multiplied with P of S3. Now, write the values 0.908 minus 0.340 minus 0.390, which is equal to P of T given S3 is how much? That is 0.890 into P of S3. That is the question they are asking. We need to find what? Probability of S3. That means how much is the answer? Use calculator, get me the answer. So first find the left hand side. Turn on the calculator. That is 0.908 minus 0.340 minus 0.390 equal to, you will get the left hand side as 0.178 divided with the coefficient of P of S3, that is 0.890, which is equal to how much? Are you getting it as P of S3 is equal to 0.2? So option B is your answer. Understood the question? Sheikh, you got the answer for this? Please tell me. If any doubt is there also, please tell. Yes. Very good question. So the keyword or in the question which will make us understand the question is if there is no probability of bankruptcy without cyber attack. That means always the probability of bankruptcy happen along with what? Along with cyber attack. Okay. Yes. Now we are going for something called as expected value and expected variance. This expected value is also called as mean. Make a note of it, important. Expected value is also called as mean. Okay. Yes. Now here the formula, or it is a weighted average. Actually, if you ask me, it's a very logical answer and we can use calculator to get the answer very fast. Now what will happen in the question also I'll explain to you. So they will give you the probability, then they will give you the corresponding x values. Okay, that will be given in the question. Now probability values will be, for example, 0.1, x is 5, 0.6, x is 7, then 0.2, x is 3, then 0.4, x, 0.1 again, x is 9. Likewise, the values will be given. So what we will do is we will use our data function in our calculator. We will put second data, type the x values like this, then y values like this, x2 value, y2 value, x1, x3 value, y3 value, x4 value, y4 value. Then we will click what? click second, then stat function, okay, in our calculator. Then we will find sigma xy. We will get the answer. Okay, that's the logical way of doing the question. But this is the formula. The formula of expected value of x is nothing but summation of probability of xi into corresponding x value. Okay, so make a note of it. Xi is nothing but possible outcome. P of xi is nothing but probability of the outcome. Then n is the number of outcome. Now, what happens here is, if I tell you much more in a clear manner, I'll talk about tossing a coin itself. Tossing a coin. So here we are talking about random variables. Random variable means instead of giving a proper like head and tail and all, we will give numerical values to the taken outcomes or given outcomes. We will assign numerical values. For example, x values and corresponding p of x values. Now I am tossing a coin for one time. The question is, what is the expected value of getting a head? Now, head can occur 0 time. That is a possibility. Head is 0. That means there is no head means 0. There is one head means how much? 1. Now, what is the probability of 0 head? When I toss a coin for one time, what is the probability of 0 head? That means I should get a tail. That means 1 by 2. What is the probability of getting a head? That is also 1 by 2. So I have seen 0 and 1 as the corresponding x values, and 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 are the corresponding p of x value. So expected value will be what? E of x will be 0 into 1 by 2 plus 1 into 1 by 2. So likewise I can find the expected value. Now I will take the example of die. Okay. Die means x values and p of x value. Now here one good thing is everyone direct numerical values are directly there. If you ask me, x values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6. Then corresponding p of x value. What is the probability of getting a 1 while tossing a die? What is the probability of that? That is 1 by 6. Getting a 2 is 1 by 6. Getting a 3 is 1 by 6. 4 is 1 by 6. 5 is 1 by 6. Then 6 is also what? 1 by 6. So the corresponding probabilities are also there. Now can you find expected value? E of x is what? Very easy. 1 into 1 by 6 plus 2 into 1 by 6 plus 4 into 1 by 6 plus 5 into 1 by 6 plus 6 into 1 by 6. But when you are using calculator, how will you put? X value you will put in calculator like 1 will be put as x value. Y1 value will be 1 by 6. X1, X2 value will be 2. Y2 value will be 1 by 6. Then X3 value will be what? 4. Y2 value will be, sorry, 3 I missed, I guess. 3 into 1 by 6 is also there. So likewise, you will put the values and get the answer using calculator. We will not use this formula and all. We will just use calculator. Are you understanding? Yes. It is very easy. Variance. Now we will come to variance after this. Expected value of x is also called as what? Mean. Sometimes they can ask, what is the given mean? So why we are calling it as mean? Because it is nothing but a weighted average. Okay. Expectation of x can be called as weighted average. Now I'll give you the first question without going for the proper. Now I'll keep it like this. There are few conditions. Okay, we are tossing a coin for 2 times. Okay, first time I am tossing a coin for 2 times. Okay, so Nithin is tossing a coin for 2 times. Then I will get 5 rupees if 2 head occur. Then gets 3 rupees if 1 head occur. I need to pay 5, or I'll keep it like pay 4 rupees if 0 head occur. Okay, these are the condition. Now people, probability of x. So there should be 1 head. Okay, what are the conditions? there should be 1 0 head, 1 head, and 2 head. Now you tell me 0 head happens how many times? That means both the cases it should be tail. So in total there will be 4 outcomes. 0 head will happen how many times? 1 by 4. How do you know that it is 1 by 4? So possibilities are like this. First time I toss, I got head. Second coin I toss, I got head. Then first time I toss, I got head. Second time I toss, I got tail. Then first time I toss, I got tail. Second time I tossed, I got head. Then first time tail, second time tail. So that means n of s is equal to how much? 4. So 4 possible total outcomes are there. Now 0 head is happening how many times? Only 1 time. So it is 1 by 4. 1 head is happening how many times? 2 times. 2 by 4. Then 2 heads is happening how many times? That is how much? 1 by 4. These are the probabilities. Now the question over here is, how much is my expected income from betting? Okay, yes. So if I does this bet, how much is my expected income is the question. Try solving this. Expected income is S2. How much? Tell me. Now you will need to put the values of X here. Here it is the income whatever you are getting. So I'll get 5 rupees if 2 head appear. That means 5 is over here. Then I'll get 3 rupees if 1 head appear. That means 3 over here. Then I need to pay 4 rupees. That means I need to debit minus 4 should be there if 0 head appear. So we can use it like this. So minus 4 into 1 by 4 plus expected outcome will be what? Expected income will be what? Minus 4 into 1 by 4 plus 3 into 2 by 4 plus 5 into 1 by 4. This will be your expected income. How much is the expected income? Use calculator, get me the answer. Yes. The normal way of solving it, then we will solve it using the calculator trick. Okay. So 4 into 1 by 4. Okay, that means 4 by 4. Then change the sign. Plus, put the bracket. 6 divided by 4, close the bracket. Plus 5 divided by 4. Then close the bracket. How much is the expected income you are getting? Sheikh, how much is the expected income? 1.75. So you are getting effectively 1.75. This is the expected income we can expect from this given transaction. Okay. Now, I'll take you to the first question. With the first question itself, I'll help you to solve using calculator. Okay. Now, have a look at this. And I'll tell you, I already told you the method to solve in calculator. So, what we will do? We will go to our data. In data, we will put the corresponding X values. Then we will put the corresponding Y values given over here. Whatever values are given over here, we'll put the corresponding X value. Then we will go to click second and click 8 so that we are going to the stat button. At stat button, what we are going to see in stat button, we are going to see sigma xy. Whatever is the sigma xy value, that's our expected output. Okay, expected income or expected value. Now everyone, you can try. Then I'll show you with the calculator itself in few minutes. I mean, I'll give you 2 minutes to answer this. Yes, you can use the calculator. Yes, you can try. Once you are done, first of all, you should know what is X value, what is Y value in this question. Otherwise, you'll not be able to answer this. Yeah, you can write it. Sit. Yeah. You can sit and write. Not a problem. Take your time. I'll give you 1.5 minutes. Sheikh, please try. I hope you understood the logic of solving, because we have done multiple questions in that manner. Got it? Yes. How much you got? 1 point. We'll try. I know the mistake also where it went. Okay. Sheikh, you got it? I'll tell you what the basic mistake we have done is everyone will make that same mistake. So that's why I kept this question itself, so that going forward we will not make any good mistakes like that. Now, can I try, Sheikh? Or you're still trying? Yes, I'll try. Now here, an analyst compiles the following data about an equity index annuity that pays one of the 5 possible return to the investor each year. So the return percentages are given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the estimated future P of X values are also given. Now historical occurrence in the last 10 years, we don't even want that. We are not even talking about how much history it has. Doesn't matter. Now, the expected value of the asset return is closest to how much? We are talking about what? The asset return. Now here, it is given in percentage, right? It is given in percentage. We need to convert it into what? We need to convert it into decimal. Okay, if the return is given in percentage, in order to find the expected value, you need to convert it into percentage. So 1 will become what? 0.01. 2 will become what? 0.02. 3 will become what? 0.03. 4 will become what? 0.04. 5 will become what? 0.05. Okay, so all the values are given. Now we will take our calculator. Yes. Now in our calculator, we will first click second and 7. Okay, click what? Click second and 7. Why second and 7? Because we are going for the data. Okay, data is over there. Then clear work. Click second and clear CE. Okay, second and clear. That means all the values are gone. Then we will put our x01 value. X01 is equal to 0.01. Okay, 0.01. Then click what? Enter. Then come down. Y01, which is equal to 0.13. Then come down. Then x02 is how much? X02 is equal to 0.02. Then come down. Then y02 is equal to how much? 0.21. Then come down. X03 is equal to 0.03. Then come down. Y03 is equal to 0.41. Then come down. X04 is equal to 0.04. Come down. Y04 is equal to 0.14. Then again come down. X05 is equal to 0.05. Click enter. Then come down. Y05 is equal to 0.11. Then click enter. Till there everything is fine. Shake. Till there everyone got everything. Yes, understood. What was the mistake? You took historical data. Yes. Next one. Till there everything is fine. Sheikh, please tell me. Yeah. Yes. Even I think long back when I first tried this question, right? That's why I told you where you made the mistake. Many people will take it as serial number directly. Yes. Now, till here, done. Now what we will do? You tell me. After entering the data, what is the next step? Very easy. We will click what? We will click. 1 second. I'll just move it. Yes. Now the final step we are going for second. Then click what? STAT. Stat. Okay, that means we need to click which button? 8 button. Then move around and find sigma xy. That will give you the answer. Okay. So I think the answer will be 2.89. You will get it in decimal. So you will convert it into percentage. So 2.89 will be the answer. Understood, Sheikh? You got the answer or not? You can tell me. One by one values I'll enter anyway. X02 is 0.02. 0.02. Then click enter. Come down. Y02 is 0.21. Click enter. Come down. X03 is 0.03. Click enter. Come down. y03 is 0.41, click enter, come down. Then x04 is 0.04, click enter, come down. y04 is 0.14, click enter, come down. y05 is 0.05, click enter, come down. 0.11, click enter, then click second, then click 8, then move around and get me the answer of sigma xy. Yes, you will get the answer. Got it? Understood the method? Yes. Now, get me the variance of this given question. Okay. Return is given. Okay. Then corresponding probability or P of X is also given. Return is given in percentage 5, then 6, then 7, then 8. Corresponding P of X value is 0.25, 0.35, 0.3, then we will have 0.1. Get me the expected return. Expected return. Get me the answer. Yes. You can use. Get me the expected return. Sheikh, please do it. First of all, return is given in percentage. We'll convert it into what? Decimal. Okay. Or what you will do? You will convert probability into percentage and do it. Okay. Either of that you should do, because both should be there in the same either percentage or decimal. Okay. Yes. Thank you. So what we will do here is we will convert this 5 into what? We will convert it into 0.05, this 0.06, then 0.07, then 0.08. Then we will take our calculator. Now we will just take clear work. First step is what? We will go to second and data. Then we will do what? We will clear work. Now x01 is how much? That is 0.05. Type that 0.05. Then click what? Enter. So 0.05, then click enter. That is x01. Then x02 is what? Sorry, y01 is how much? 0.25. Then similarly, this one is 0.06 is x02. This is y02. This is x03. This is y03. This is x04. This is y04. All the data you can enter. Once you are done with entering all the data, so you will click what? You will click second, then click what? 8. Okay. Once you click second and 8, move down, you will find sigma xy. Sigma xy is how much you are getting? 0.0625 something you got. That means how much is the return? Expected return is 0.0625 into 100, which will give you how much? Which is equal to 6.25% is the expected return. Okay, actually this you can do it in any scenario. Not only here, you can find the, if you know the probability of you making a mistake, like for example, if negative marking is there in your examination, you can find how much you are getting, how much marks you will get if you're doing giving a bonking. Yes, all those things can be done using this particular method. Okay, understood, Sheikh? You got the answer? I hope you got the answer. Yes, perfect. Now people, the second one is called as variance. Okay, we need to find the variance of our given data set. Now there is a formula for this and all. We can have multiple formulas. Either it can be written as E of x square minus E of x the whole square. Okay, or you can write it as E of x minus E of x the whole square. Okay, now what do you mean by E of x? What is E of x? Expectation of x, whatever we have found now, that is expected value of x. Now here we will not be using this formula. I am giving it upfront to you. We will not be using the formula. Again we will use the calculator for getting the answer. Okay, because there is no point in getting the answer by using formula. Too much formulas will be there. Don't use formula. Now next one is, basically we will find standard deviation using our calculator. Then once you know the standard deviation, if you square the standard deviation, you will get the variance, right? Yes. So we will just find standard deviation using our calculator, but there is a catch. Till now, if you remember, we were using what? We were using linear function, correct? Linear we were doing, but we require one variable because x everything is taken in terms of what x over here, so we should convert everything into one variable. I'll show you how to do that. Click second, then click set. Now it is ln log, then click second, click enter, exponential, click second, click enter. Now it is power, click second, click enter. You will get one variable. So we require one variable for performing questions based on what? Variance. Okay, now before that we need to enter data, right? Now one catch over here is, we should make sure that the probability should be converted into percentage, or it should be multiplied with 10, or should be multiplied with 100. Then only we will get the answer. Okay, so what this 5, even if this question is there, we should multiply it with 100, or 2 should be multiplied with 100, or 1000, or 10,000, or yeah. Yes, Sheikh, which one was the case? Is it regarding the calculator, how to change it? How to change to one variable, Sheikh? Yes. So we will click our second button. Okay, click that second button. After clicking second, then stat. Okay, after going to stat, you should do it. Click second, then click stat. Done. Click second, then click stat. Now you are seeing LIN in front of your calculator, right? Yes. Now we are going to change it one by one. Click second, click enter. Okay, now you are in your calculator it is LIN, correct? Click second, click enter. Now it is LN, that is log function. Click second, click enter. Now it is exponential. Click second again, click enter. Power, that is power. Then click second, click enter. Now it is one variable. Did you get one variable? 1V? Yes, that is the case. Okay, now I'll take you through a question. As I told you, the probability should either be multiplied with 100 or 1000 or even 10, because we require everything in a proper value over here. Then since we are doing it with one variable, okay, try to get me this answer of variance, sorry, standard deviation. How will you get standard deviation? When you click second and go to stat, when you move around, and there the standard deviation value will be there, right? We already did it in multiple questions in the previous classes. Try once, then I will try it along with you. Okay, x values are there, then x values are there, then p of x values are there. Try to get me the answer. So here we are finding what? So standard deviation we are finding. Use the calculator, get the answer. Try once. If you are not getting also, it's fine. We will do it together. You can solve any question based on this in the future also. Yes. Try once. I'll give you 2 minutes. Yes, please. Please sit. There are some values you might have entered wrongly. Check once. That's why it's showing error. Or you can keep it linear itself, then enter the values, then change it. Okay? Try once. EBITDA is given. Probability is given. Accordingly, you can go ahead and get the answer. Got it? Sheikh, did you get it? Yes, yes, plus. Perfect. Try. Can I try? Yes, I'll try. Clear everything? Yes. Shake first of all, click second, then go to what? Data. Okay, one by one we are going to do. Now, x value. First x value is how much? 2.05. Okay, then click enter. Then come down. Y value, P of x value will be multiplied with 100, which will be how much? 50. That means type 50, click enter. Then come down. X2 value is 2.2. Then click enter. Come down. Y2 value is how much? Y2 value is 20. Y2 value is how much? 20. Click enter. come down. Then 2.4, click enter, come down. Y3 value is how much? 30, click enter. Okay, just check whether everything is correct or not. Yes, everything is there. Now the final step, click second. Okay, click which button? Click second, then click which button? 8. That means click second, click 8. Now it is one variable. Now move down. N is how much? 100. Why n is becoming 100? Any idea? Why n became automatically 100 in your calculator? Now because we multiplied our probability with what? In total we are taking it to be what? Multiplied with 100. That way we are taking it. That's why the n is becoming what? 100. We are manipulating the data directly in order to get our answer. That's what. If we had multiplied with 10, right? The total number would have been become how much? 10. That's the logic behind here. Okay. Then move down. X bar is there. Sx value is there. Sx value is how much? Which is equal to 0.152504. Answer is what? Option C. How many minutes we need to do in order to get the answer? Within few seconds we will get the answer. Automatically it will come. Yes. Why? Because we altered the data. Calculator can tell that it is already altered. The reason is because if the decimal it became what? 50. 50 plus 20 is how much? 70 plus 30 is how much? So total probability is always how much? 1. But we multiplied with what? 100. That's why it is becoming what? 100. Got it? Yes. Sheikh, you got the answer? Understood? Yes. Perfect. So one important thing is, if you don't convert it right, you will not get the answer. You will get the answer in a very, if you keep it in the terms of 1 itself, your answer will be given in this few more decimal points. That time you will not be directly going for the answer. Some other answer will come into the picture. Okay. Since we are finding standard deviation. How to find variance from this? Click square. You will get 0.0235 is your value for variance. But they will never ask variance. Most of the time they will ask for what? They will ask for standard deviation. Now, we are going for the next concept, that is probability trees and conditional expectation. Okay. Now, the same logic will be used in the next topic also, that is called as Bayes theorem. Now, I'll teach you with a very simple example so that you can understand it much faster. Okay. Yes, Sheikh, can you hear me? Everything is audible, right? Yes, we will continue. Now, I'll take a very silly example. So, always silly examples make sense for everyone. So, I'll start off with a silly example. Now, we'll take the example of exam itself. Okay. Probability of a person passing, okay, passing the examination is 50%. Okay. Probably or 60% I'll take, so that confusions will be. Yes. Probability of a person passing the examination is what? 60%. Then probability of person failing the examination will be what then? 40%. Okay. Now, or should I go with the studying part? That will be much more clarity. I will not go for the subject wise. I will give another example. Probability of a person studying. Okay. Studying, let it be 60%. Probability of a person not studying will be how much then? 100 minus 60, which will be how much? 40%. Okay. Now, after the person studying, okay, this is the case of studying. Okay. There is another two cases. He can pass or not pass. Correct? Then similarly, not studying means I will put C as complement. He can pass or not pass. Likewise, I can always make a family or a probability tree out of it, right? Now I am going to see the probability of a person studying after passing is 70% or 80% I'll give you. Okay. Then here it will be what? Remaining 20%. Here it will be what? Per person studying in the question it will be given, not studying and passing will be 20%. Sorry, 10% I'll give. Then not passing after not studying is around 90%. Now we need to find the effective output. Okay, effective output of a person studies and passing. That means if I ask me, and passing means P of S intersection P. Okay, S intersection P. Instead of this, I'll put a person itself so that you will get a better clarity. Now, if you ask me here, person studies intersection and not passing. Here it will be what? Person does not study intersection and passing. Yes, and here it is what? Probability of a person does not study and he is not passing. Now you tell me the P of S intersection P, that will be what? 80% into 60%. That is how much? 80% into 60% will automatically become what? 48%, because we need to divide it with 100. Yes, so it is 48%. Now a person studies but not passing. 60% into, so 60% into 20% is how much? That is nothing but 12%. Then here a person doesn't study, that is 40%. Then passing is how much? 40% into 10% will be how much? 4%. Then this will be how much? Not passing will be 90% into 40%. That will become 36%. Correct? Huh? No, 36%. Huh? Now check this. You tell me. Is this clear? Is this clear? Shake. Is this clear? Is the tree clear for you? I just kept everything from the beginning to the end. Now, one important thing is, if you add all of this together, 48% plus 12% plus 4% plus 36% is equal to how much? 100%. At the end, anyway, the total probability should be what? 100%. Now, my first question. Okay. First question I am going to ask you guys. What is the probability of the person passing given that he is already studying? Probability of the person passing given that he is already studying. So probability of the person passing given that he is already studying, which is nothing but P of P intersection S given by P of S. People, very easy. P intersection S is how much? 48 divided by he's already studying is how much? 60. Likewise, you can get one by one without even remembering the formula. I can get it. I'll do it how? Person passing with studying is how much? 48% divided by studying is how much? 60%. Then probability of a person passing, probability of a person passing without studying is how much? 4% divided by 40% will give you the answer. Are you getting the point, people? Understood the logic? Very easily you can get the answer without even using formulas. There are multiple formulas like this and all, but we will not use any of it. We'll just use this logic and get the answer. Now probability tree is just like that, one by one. Now I'll give you another simple example. There is our red boy. Okay, red boy, probability of red boy liking pink girl is 70%. Probability of red boy not liking pink girl is 30%. Okay, that is the case. Now next one is liking and getting married to pink girl. That is the next case. Getting married to pink girl, it is around, we will say that getting married is around 80%. Then not getting married is 20%. Then you can tell me does not like and getting married is around 10%. Then does not liking and not getting married is 90%. Can you tell me the probability of, that mean in the end, that means he likes and gets married will be how much? 80 into 70, which is how much? 56%. Then likes and doesn't get married, that will become how much? 14%. P of likes and doesn't get married will be how much? 14%. Here it is, he does not like her and gets married, that will become how much? 3%. That is P of does not like and get married. Then P of does not like and will not get married will be what? 9 into that is 27%. So likewise, you can get any question and you can answer the answer within few seconds. Okay, I hope you understood the method. Yes, if you ask me, if you go and study in detail also, you will be using the same approach. In exam point of view, if you learn this, we will just do this and get the answer without doing too much complication. Can we start off with some questions? Yes, have a look at it. Try to get me the answer. Okay, the question is expectation also is coming at the end. So first of all, we should know the probability values. Then we can easily find the expected values. Okay, expected recovery value. Or if you want, yeah, solve this. Try solving. Timer starts. Can I try? I'll give you 30 seconds more. Okay, then I'll try. Yes, I'll try. A distressed company may default on existing debt of 10 million depending on whether it declares bankruptcy. Okay, yes, how much is the debt they are having right now? 10 million is the debt they are having right now. The company has 0.8 probability of going bankrupt. Okay, 0.8 probability means 80% chance that they will go bankrupt. So our company is there. Okay, company is there. Then company has 80% chance that they will go bankrupt, and a 20%, that means the remaining chance will be what? 20% chance that they will not go bankrupt. Till here everyone understood? Understood, Sheikh? You got the logic of this? The first thing we wrote that one. Then if the company goes bankrupt, then its lender has 0.6 probability of recovering 3 million and 0.4 probability of recovering nothing. That means company goes bankrupt, two cases are there. First one is 0.6, that is 60% chance that they will recover, and 40% chance that what, they will not recover. That means our complement. Then coming to the second part, if the company does not go, if the company does not go bankrupt, that is B complement, then the lender has 0.7, that is 70% recovering full on, 70% recovering full on, or the whatever money is given. Then 30% chance that they will not, probability of recovering 9 million, probability of recovering how much done, 9 million is the case, recovering, I'll use the word recovering 9 million, or I will use the word here recovering how much, 10 million. Then here it is not recover anything, then recovering how much is here, recovering 3 million. Now I will tell one by one. Now 80 into 60 will give you how much, 48, correct, 48%. Then 40 into 80 will give you how much, 40 into 80 will give you 32%. Then 70 into 20 will give you how much, 70 into 20 will give you 14%. Then here it is 30 into 20 will give you 6%. So these are the values. Now we found the probability of everything. Now we need to find the expected output. Okay, E of x we need to find. People, E of x formula is what, sigma x into P of x. That means recovering 3 million, how much is it, 3%. Expected recovery is the question. That means 3 into 48% plus 32 into 0. 32 into 0, correct, 32% into 0, that means 0 itself, plus 14 into 10 million, that means 10 into 14%, plus similarly recovering 9 million means 9 into 6%. Use calculator, get me the expected output. How much is the answer? 3.38 million. So take your calculator, now put the values, directly use, where is, turn it on, clear everything, then type 3 into 4.8%, click equal to, then plus, put the bracket, the 0 is the next one, then 10 into 14, click percentage, close the bracket, plus, then put the bracket, 9 into 6%, right, 6, then click percentage, close the bracket, then click equal to, then finally you will get the answer. How much is the answer you are getting? 3.38 up. Sheikh, you got it as 3.38? Yes. So that's how you do this type of question. So if you don't know this tree, we need to use many formulas for this. Here we just use one of the formula we already studied, that this is the expected return formula. Okay. Now we can also solve it using our calculator, right? Instead of x you will put 3, instead of y you will put the corresponding 4.48 you will put. Instead of percentage you will put what? 0.48. Now Bayes theorem. So we will use the same approach in Bayes theorem, okay people? Bayes theorem also we will use the same approach, whatever we just did now. Now Bayes theorem is done when we receive new information and must revise the given probabilities. That's when we are using Bayes rule or Bayes theorem. Now here there are multiple formulas for Bayes theorem. So for example, P of A given B, P of A given B can be found using P of B given A into P of A divided by P of B, or we will use this general formula, but in general we will not use the formula, we will use the logic and get the answer. Here it is what? P of event given by information is nothing but P of information given event divided by information into P of event. This is the logical way of writing the formula, but we will usually see the formula like this. Okay. Now, most of the question will be like this. We need to, yes, make it out. Most of the question will be, we will be combining Bayes theorem and the total probability, okay, together, and we will go for the answer. So that will be like this. The formula will be looking like this, but we will be solving it logically using our logical method of the the probability tree rather than using this formula. Okay, I'll solve one question using formula also for you. Okay. Yes. Once you have not everything, we can go for the questions. Then can I go for the question? First question. Have a look at it. Try to solve it by yourself. Then I'll solve it with you. Okay. Yes. If you are able to solve it, well and good. If you are not able to solve it, don't worry at all. I'll solve it along with you. Okay. So okay. Yes. Look here. We'll go with the tree method given the question. A money management firm surveyed individuals about their attitudes towards investing. Okay. Then a partial summary of the data is given below. The events are given. The probability also is given. So event is what? The investor is an active investor. The probability is 0.45, or I can say it is 45%. Then portfolio holds equity given that investor is an active investor. Okay, he holds equity given that it is an active investor is how much? That is 75% of chance that of an active investor, 75% of them will be what? Holds equity. Then portfolio does not hold equity given that it is not an active investor. That means not an active investor. What is the probability? 80%. Now I'll show you with the tree. One by one I'll draw. 1 second, I'll just add one page. Okay, first case, and cases 45% chance that they are active, correct? Then 55 remaining, it will be what? 55% chance that they are non-active. Okay, that is the given thing. Now from this active investor, holds equity is 75%. That means holds equity is 75%. Then does not hold will be what? 25%. Okay, do not hold or does not hold. Then in non-active, what is the case? The portfolio does not hold equities. Does not hold equity. Doesn't hold equity is how much percentage? It is given to be 80%. So 80%. Then holds equity will be what? Hold equity will be remaining 20%. Now we will write the effective probability we will write. Now you tell me holds equity P of 75 percentage into 45 percentage. 75 percentage into 45 percentage is how much? 75 into 45. In calculator, it is how much? Clear everything, turn on, clear everything. 75 into 45, which is equal to 33.75. 33.75. Okay, then does not hold will be what? 25 into 45 divided by 100. You should do it by yourself. That is 11.25. Here it will be what? 20 into 55. 20 into 55 will be 55 into 20, which is equal to 11. Then 80 into 55, 80 into 55 divided by 10, that is 44. We got the values. Okay. Now we will read the question. Now are we using the formula? We are just using the logic of what is given. Now look here. If a randomly selected individual's portfolio holds equity, that means if you are choosing a portfolio which hold equity means which all cases are holding equity, you should tell me. This case holds equity, this case holds equity, correct? Yes. Then the probability that the given investor is not an active investor, people, in not an active investor, which is the case, the 11 should be there. So n of s will be what? That means total people who holds equity, 33.75 plus 11, which is how much? 44.75. Then n of a, who holds equity but not an active investor, that is how much? 11. Then P of A will be what? P of A will be N of A divided by N of S, which is equal to 11 divided by 44.75. Answer is how much, people? 11 divided by 44.75, which is equal to 0.245. So looking at the option, the nearest answer is 0.246. Option B is your answer. Understood? Yes. So I am not taking it as a number of, I just converted into, for example, if 100 people were there, that way I am converting it instead of writing in percentage or in probability value. If I write it in probability value, you need to think about P of A, P of B by A and all, you will start thinking. Don't even think about that. Think that there are 100 people in total. Out of that, 45 are active. Out of that, 55 are non-active. From that, I am getting 33.75. You will think that also, can people be point in point? Then you do one thing, take it as 1000. Then it will become or 10,000. Accordingly, you convert it, but it is not going to change our answer. At the end, zeros will get cancelled off and we will get the final answer. Sheikh, you got it? Understood the method? Yes, this method will give you marks within few seconds. Logically, you will get the answer. Okay. Yes. Yeah, take your time. Done? Yes. The next one is here for you. The timer starts now. Okay. Yes. You can take 2 minutes. Can I try? Look here in this question. An analyst estimates concerning a company's change in EPS are, okay, he estimated a company's change in EPS. P, positive change in EPS probability is how much? 50% or 0.5. So I'll just take a example. Let 100 be the case. Randomly I'm taking like that. Let 100 be the case. Then 50% changes there means 50 will come into the picture. Then 20% not change. So positive change. Then no change. Then what is there? Finally negative change is there. Negative change. Now 20% means 20 will be here, then here it is what? 30%, which will be in 30 are there where there is a change. Now negative change. Now coming to the analyst heard rumors that the company may increase its dividend payout this year. Okay, so they are telling that the company is going to, he heard a rumor that the company is going to pay or increase the dividend payout this year, and estimates the following conditional probabilities of a dividend given the change in EPS. Probability of increased in dividend with positive change of EPS, that is 60%. So increase in dividend with increase in dividend, increased dividend with positive change in EPS. With positive change in EPS means that means 60% of it. 60% of 50 is how much? 60% of 50 is 30. Okay. Then increased in dividend with no change in EPS, that is 30%. 30% of 20 is how much? 6. Then increase in dividend with negative change, that is 10% of 30, which is equal to 3. Okay. Now the question is, if the company announced a dividend increase, the revised probability that there was a negative change in EPS is closest to how much is the question? People, look here. Negative change in EPS, how much is the N of A value? It will be 3. Now, in total, how much are there? 30 plus 6 plus 3, which is how much? 39. So, 3 divided by 39 is how much, people? Clear everything? 3 divided by 39, which is equal to 3 divided by 39. That is 0.76923, which is approximately equal to 0 is there, 0.077. Which option is the right answer? Option B. So this condition was what? Increase in dividend and the corresponding value. Then there will be also another condition, that will be decrease in dividend with positive. That means into 40%, which will be how much? 50 into 40, which will be 20. But we don't need that here, because the question is what? They are only asking for increase with respect to, so negative with respect to what? Total. Okay. Yes. Understood, Sheikh. Got the answer. Are you getting the approach? Kanishk, you are getting the approach, right? Yes. Can I take you to the next question, Sheikh? I think we are going towards our end of this chapter. Yes. Almost at the end. Have a look at this question. I hope you understood the previous one, Sheikh. Yes. Have a look at this question. Yes. Can you read it? Everyone, is it visible? Is it visible, Sheikh? Because the question is in the next page. Yes. So there are 3 companies make a specialty component used in automobile industry. The relevant information of the company is shown given below. Company A, company B, company C, everything is there. Then the market share is given, market of defective product is given, everything is given. Then if a component is randomly selected and found to be defective, probability that it is manufactured by company C is closest to how much? Okay, have a look at it and try to get me that. If you want to use formula, you can use formulas. try to draw the tree with the given data. Then we will solve the question. Okay. 3 companies, company A, B, C. Okay. Market share of them also is given. So company A has, if 100% is there in total, company A has 58%. Company B has 31%. Then company C has 11%. So 3 diagrams will be there. 3 lines will be there. Then from those 3 lines, company A 3% is defective. That means 3% into 58%. Okay. Then company B 2% into 31. Okay. Likewise, decimal you can always calculate. Instead of putting percentage, you can always put decimal also. Yes. Then it will be 11%, 11 into 4%. Accordingly, you can write the values. Then the question is what? The question is, if a component is randomly selected and found defective, the probability that it was manufactured by company C, that means you will take company C's values, 11% into 4%, that is 44 divided by, then 3 into 58 plus 2 into 31 plus 4 into 11. At the end, you will get the answer. That is the logical way of doing it. Yes. Please try. If you get the answer, please tell me. Otherwise, I'll do it. Now, in total, 100 is the total market. Okay. Company A is having how much? 58% of the market. That means 58 will be there. Then company B is having how much? Company B is having 31% of the market. That is 31. Then company C, which is having how much? 11% of the market. That is 11. That is C is having 11. Now, if you ask me, company A produces 3% of the defective components. There are chances of 3%. That means 3% of defective means what? 3 into 58. Okay, 3 into 58. I'll write it. Then here it will be what? 3 for 2%, right? 2 into 50. What? 2 into 31. Then here it will be what? 4%. Correct? Here it is 2%. Here it is 4%. So 4 into 11. So we are ignoring the percentage values and all. We are directly going for the answer. Okay. Now we need to find, the question is what? If a component is randomly selected and found to be defective, that means condition is it is defective. Okay. The probability that it was manufactured by company C. Okay. So company C total is how much now? 4 into 11 divided by. So n of A value will be what? 4 into 11 divided by what? Divided by defective. Total how much defective products are there? That is 3 into 58 is there, plus 2 into 31 is there, plus 4 into 11 is there. Get me the answer. Take your calculator. Clear off everything. So 44 divided by bracket of 3 into 58. Then bracket of bracket you can put. Okay, 2 brackets should be put. So 44 divided by bracket of bracket 3 into 58, close the bracket, plus 2 into 31, close the bracket, plus 4 into, so you put the bracket, then 4 into 11 and close the bracket multiple times and get me the answer. How much are you getting? How much are you getting? If you feel like it is feeling confused and all, you can substitute the values and get the answer. 44 divided by, what is it? Clear everything. 3 into 58, which is equal to how much? 174 plus 62 plus 44. This way also you can get me the answer. So denominator will be what? 174 plus 62 plus 44, which is equal to 280. So 44 divided by 280, which is equal to 1.157. Okay. Now looking at that, which option is the right answer? Option C is the right answer. Understood the method? So using this logic, you can solve any question based on Bayes theorem without using formula. Did I teach you the formula? No. We are using the logical approach over here and getting the answer within few seconds. Sheikh, you got the idea? Kanishk, you got the idea? Yes. So we will not take the next module today. Okay. So what you can do is, next module you can revise these topics and come, because it's very much related to this topic. I think in the whenever, I mean, economics and other classes will be there. I require, I'll come for 1 hour, that day it will get over. But you should revise. Maybe next week or the coming week. Okay. Yes. Next question, people. The final one. Have a look at it. Very good question. Very easy way to answer. So use the same logic. Give me that. Use same logic. Timer starts now. Got it? The following are probabilities associated with two events: a recession and a central bank lowering interest rate. Okay. Probability that the central bank lowers the interest rate is 77%. Probability that the recession given the central bank will lower the rate is 70%. Probability of recession given that the central bank does not lower the rate is 56.25%. Probability of a recession is close to how much is the question. Now people, if 100 is there in total. Okay. Now I'm going with that 100 values. So it will be much more easy for us. Now first case is lowering. Probability of central bank lower the rate, which is how much? 77% of this. That is how much? 77. Okay. Then the remaining percentage will be what? Does not lower means doesn't lower. That is how much percentage? That is 23%. The remaining will be what? 23%. So in total 100% is there, means 77% lowers the rate. Then 23% doesn't lower. That will be how much? 23. Then next one, probability of recession given that central bank lowers the rate is 70%. Correct? That means recession. Okay, we are going for a recession, 70%. So 70% of 77 is how much? Yes, we are getting 0.539, right? 539 something you are getting. Then similarly, we are going for a doesn't lower. Probability of recession given that central bank does not lower is 0.56. That means what? Into 56.25. How much is it? 12.937. Okay. Now we have the condition for probability of recession. Recession in the first case is 53. Here it is what? 12 point. Add both, you will get the answer. How much is the answer you are getting? 66.8, etc., which is approximately equal to 67. So answer is what? Option C, 0.67. Understood the logical method? Yes. Did we study any formula? No. We are just using the logic. We are putting the values, whichever is there, and going for the answer. Got it. Done. That's your module of probability. And I'm telling you, all the questions will be like this. If they are asking any question from Bayes theorem or total probability, the question will be like this, or it will be directly in whatever we discussed in the first part of the chapter. Understood, Sheikh? Everything you understood? Got it? I hope you got it. Yes. If that is the case, and one more thing, as I told you, towards the end, we will be solving all the chapters, multiple questions. We will be solving after solving. but you should revise it regularly, otherwise you will not be able to solve each questions. Okay, yes. Okay then, Sheikh, thank you. Today's class is done. Yes, I thought about doing it in the second half with the rest of it, but anyway, we have time and we are going on our time period itself. Okay. Okay then, we will catch up. Bye bye. Sheikh, any doubt is there, you can ask me now.